is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. The excitement surrounding the vaccine hasn't diminished among several healthcare workers in Madison today.
We wanted to know how they're feeling 24 hours after helping to make history. Our Jamie Perez spoke with them about getting the COVID vaccine.
Well, all of them describe this experience as being surreal. Nobody usually has a bunch of people standing around, a bunch of cameras filming them when they go to get a shot. And that's part of the reason why all of them said that they were so emotional when it finally happened. A brief moment in time that UW Health's Dr. Ann Sheehy will probably never forget.
I couldn't believe how excited I was to get a shot.
She was one of the first to receive the COVID vaccine in Madison yesterday.
I was actually surprised by how emotional the experience was. You know, we have seen so much suffering and loss and devastation due to this pandemic, and really nothing we've seen so far has slowed the growth and the cases of COVID and the number of people who have lost their lives to COVID. And so this was our hope. I mean, this was the one thing that we believe is going to get COVID under control and end this pandemic.
With just a sore arm, which is typical after getting a shot, Sheehy said she hasn't felt any symptoms or side effects.
I have no fever, no headache, no chills, really have absolutely no symptoms. I feel great today.
Mavic Jardis, a nurse at UW Health, was also one of the first to get the vaccine.
I cried. I think it's like just the a lot of mixed emotions.
Jardis said she had some chills last night and woke up with a sore arm, but feels good otherwise.
Can't still believe it happened. You know, I'm still riding in a high note from yesterday.
She describes this as a light at the end of a very dark tunnel, something she looks forward to seeing so that we can go on celebrating the things we missed out on this year. Thanksgiving
in June, would that be good? And like I said, kids can go back to school, kids can go out to play, we can see each other's faces without wearing masks.
Now, the first person who was filmed getting a shot yesterday was not available to do an interview with us today, but I'm told that she is doing well. And even though hope is on the horizon, healthcare workers still say that it's still so important to wear a mask, continue to social distance, and avoid social gatherings when possible. For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
SSM Health's nurses and doctors needed to wait an extra day to get their vaccines, watching UW Health staff get their first ones in the area yesterday.
But the excitement level from the people receiving them is high, as is their hope for the future. Our Brady Mallory tells us more. Brady?
Yeah, a lot of excitement. This is much more than just a vaccine. Frontline workers view it as a shot of hope. SSM's first shipment of about 6,000 doses is part of Wisconsin's allotment from the federal government. Healthcare workers at the highest risk of COVID-19 exposure will get it first. It's a big turning point for these individuals and certainly cause for celebration. As for how it feels, ICU nurse Holly Teeter says who is the first SSM employee to get it, she says there's nothing to be afraid of.
It felt like just a little bee sting. It didn't even feel like I hardly knew that it happened. So yeah, so I think the flu shot was a little bit more uncomfortable. So that was hardly anything.
Well, it'll take a long time before the vaccine is widely available and makes its way out to you. That's why SSM Health is asking for your patience and urging you to keep wearing masks, social distancing, and following safety guidelines to help slow the spread of COVID-19.
Brady, thank you. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine is next to be considered for emergency use authorization in the United States for those 18 and older. An advisory panel to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says the Moderna vaccine's efficacy against COVID-19 was 94.5%, which Moderna had previously reported. The proposed dosing regimen, 2 doses, at least 1 month apart. The document also details the safety profile of the vaccine as favorable with no specific concerns. The most common adverse reactions are pain at the injection site, some fatigue, headache, muscle pain, joint pain, chills, and possibly swollen lymph nodes.
Well, most Americans say they will, quote, definitely or probably get the coronavirus vaccine. According to a new survey from the Kaiser Family Foundation, 71% said they would either get the vaccine or were likely to. That's an increase from 63% in September, which indicates that more people trust that the vaccines are safe. Black Americans, people living in rural areas, and Republicans are more hesitant about getting the vaccine.
The vaccine offers hope, and so do COVID-19 related metrics right here in Dane County.
According to Public Health Madison, Dane County, the number of people testing positive for the virus has decreased significantly. As Madeline O'Neill explains, that's part of the reason that they're easing certain restrictions with a new order. Maddie?
Well, here in Dane County, public health officials say things are going really well as things move in the right direction. The last order Public Health Madison and Dane County issued in November banned gatherings inside with those outside of your household. At that point, the 7-day average of new cases a day was 487. Now that number is 171. Hospitalizations are down a bit from 158 to 135, and the overall positivity rate is going down too. Now, this newest order issued today allows for indoor gatherings of up to 10 people and outdoor gatherings of up to 25.
It's exciting. There's hope. We have a new year. We have vaccine coming, and we're not quite there yet. So please continue to wear your face coverings, keep your distancing to the greatest extent possible, limit your gathering size.
Now, this order has implications for certain businesses as well, such as gyms, which now can resume indoor classes. Public health officials are still stressing it's important to plan for the holidays safely by limiting gatherings and potentially postponing any larger in-person celebrations. Now, this new order goes through January 13th.
All right, Maddie, thank you. State and county health officials recorded 3,408 new cases of the virus. Wisconsin has reported a lifetime total of 442,696 cases. Roughly 44,000 remain active. At least 4,224 have died of coronavirus complications in Wisconsin. Since the start of the pandemic, 48 more deaths were confirmed today.
Wisconsin's field hospital opened to relieve crowding and treat low-level patients who still need hospital care, but it hasn't been easy to get patients to go.
Yeah, that field hospital can treat up to 530 people at a time. There are just 5 patients there today. Naomi Cole spoke with the first patient from SSM Health in Madison who ended up in the field hospital himself.
All of a sudden, I couldn't dial the phone. I was doing crazy things.
When he tested positive for COVID-19,
I still don't know for sure how I even got it.
All Sherman Martin knew was that at 70 years old and with a large family to enjoy, he had to get better.
And I says, I'm not ready to leave yet. I got too many things to do, travel.
So when he arrived at St. Mary's Hospital weeks ago, he told the doctors, do whatever you got to do.
And I want to stand up, and that I fell backwards. So they said they called 911 right there and then.
He came in, he was working pretty hard to breathe, and his oxygen levels were low.
After about 5 days, Sherman was stable enough for another conversation.
It definitely catches folks off guard.
Emergency room doctor Kyle Martin says the conversation about the option of transferring to the field hospital near Milwaukee to recover can be tricky.
It was just such a novel experience.
With Sherman, that was a good thing.
He's such a wonderful man. I think he was excited to explore something new and different.
At first, doctors say it was hard to get patients in, since the state has loosened some restrictions like removing the age cap and expanding hours for when patients can arrive. That helped, doctors said. Still, it's only equipped for a limited range of care and has housed just 156 patients, according to the latest update from the Department of Health Services.
There's a fairly narrow band of patient in terms of, sick enough that they need to stay in the hospital, but not so sick that they really require a significant level of care.
Sherman, meanwhile, can now say he knows one thing for sure.
How wonderful everybody was, from the ambulance crew, the fire truck crew, to St. Mary's, those people up there, and the people down in Milwaukee, how they took care of me and what they did for me.
As Naomi Cole's reporting, governors from across the Midwest are pleading for people to stay home for the holidays.
Just one infection can cause an outbreak in your community, which could overwhelm our hospitals and put you and your loved ones at risk.
Governors from Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin are encouraging everyone to be safe heading into the holiday season. This is the second time this bipartisan group of governors has joined forces in the past month to encourage people in their region to do their part to protect our families, frontline workers, and small businesses. They released a similar video prior to Thanksgiving, urging families to reconsider holiday travel.
All right, a cloudy but not as cold of a night ahead. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast. And folks, look who's back on the patio. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary, you look good, and we're going to just throw you outside in the cold weather to recover.
No, it actually feels good, believe it or not. I'm getting my strength back. For those of you who don't know, I was off for about the last 3.5 weeks. I had COVID. I was in the hospital for 5 days. And just with that story about going to the State Fair Park there in Milwaukee, that was actually discussed as an option with me at one point, but I was able to take oxygen at home, and now fortunately I'm better and hopefully on the road to recovery. Well, let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. You can see the snow on the ground across southern Wisconsin. That's keeping our temperatures cold. But we also have some clouds here. A little bit of light snow in the northern part of the state, some snow from a weather system to our south, but we're kind of in between. High temperatures today generally around the 20-degree mark, and that's about where our temperatures are now. In the upper teens to around 20. We'll actually see our temperatures rise a little bit overnight into the lower 20s by tomorrow morning. Wind chills right now pretty tolerable, generally in the lower to middle teens. By tomorrow morning, we should be back into the lower 20s, and tomorrow we might see a few peaks of sunshine during the afternoon. Not quite as cold. Our high temperature at 32 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that looks pretty quiet all the way up through the Christmas holiday.
Gary, it feels like Christmas came early having you back. So good to have you back. We're learning more details about the father accused of taking his daughter that set off an Amber Alert in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Department of Justice says 10-year-old Jocelyn Van Doyen was found safe in Hartsville, Indiana this morning. Officials say she was found with her father, 33-year-old Jonathan Van Doyen. Law enforcement officers with the FBI's Indianapolis Division SWAT and the Bartholomew County Sheriff's Office arrested the father, Jonathan, without incident around 8:30 this morning. He is being held in Indiana before he is expected to be extradited to Illinois.
An elderly man is dead after a house fire in Marquette County. Deputies say the fire was reported around 5:10 last night at a home located on Elk Road. That's in the town of Harris, just northwest of Montello. When crews arrived to find flames coming from that home, officials say 85-year-old Eugene Bauman was found dead inside. The cause of that fire remains under investigation.
A Madison middle schooler is out of the hospital tonight recovering from a hit-and-run Sunday night. 12-year-old Lamara Howard was at the intersection of McKenna Boulevard and Raymond Road as she was crossing the street to go to Quick Trip, right across the street from her home. Her mom says she suffered a hematoma, multiple fractures, and a severe concussion.
It was already known that she landed on her head by witnesses, and she was, so what they said is she was left face down in the snow, and they couldn't even catch a plate. The driver was going so fast at that red light, but he had already hit her. He just kept going.
36-year-old Sarji Bullar was arrested yesterday and is currently being held in the Dane County Jail. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, we'll share more about Lamara's long road to recovery.
President-elect Joe Biden said he had a phone call with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who finally acknowledged Mr. Biden's win publicly. But President Trump is not backing down from claims of voter fraud.
The president is still involved in ongoing litigation related to the election. Yesterday's vote was one step in the constitutional process.
Meanwhile, the president-elect and vice president-elect continue working on their transition. Multiple sources have confirmed to CBS News that former Democratic presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg is Mr. Biden's choice for transportation secretary. More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, Giannis is staying in Milwaukee. The latest on the Greek Freak Supermax extension. That's ahead at 5. And coming up tonight at 6, Dane County public health officials give the go-ahead for schools to reopen. We'll have details on when schools could do so. That story next hour. And the market surge in Tuesday trading. The Dow jumping 338 points, and NASDAQ with a 155-point gain. The S&P closes up 47, and we'll be right back.
Plan a perfect staycation at the Madison Concourse Hotel and Governors Club. Bring the family to enjoy our indoor pool or reconnect with the couples getaway in our Governors Club, serving complimentary cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and breakfast. Gift certificates are available. Visit concoursehotel.com.
Although Christmas is just around the corner, don't worry. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now. Shop low prices on a huge selection of great gifts for everyone on your list. Like half off this glass popcorn popper, just $9.99. Half off select Milwaukee bid sets. Power-up gifts with Energizer AA or AAA batteries, just $8.99. And save $40 on this special buy pressure cooker, only $49.99 while supplies last. Shop great gifts for everyone on your list during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale, going on now.
Complying with national guidelines is made easy with the Cetus commercial touchless forehead thermometer. The Instant Read LCD digital display yields an accurate body temperature reading from 2 to 4 inches within half a second. From schools, offices, shops, and all other public places, keep yourself safe and compliant with a hands-free thermometer that's easy to install and easier to use. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche.
What? Tongue out.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Let's get to it, America. Because joy doesn't just happen. You make it happen. And during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're helping you make even more joy. Come get the best deals of the season with offers on select Ford SUVs and Ford Fusion. Everything you need to make the holidays brighter than ever. That's how we're making joy this season. How will you? Choose Flex Buy and get Escape with 0 for 66 financing and $1,500 back. Plus get $2,000 trade assist on eligible vehicles.
Plan a perfect staycation at the Madison Concourse Hotel and Governors Club. Bring the family to enjoy our indoor pool or reconnect with the couples getaway in our Governors Club, serving complimentary cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and breakfast. Gift certificates are available. Visit concoursehotel.com.
Tonight at 6, new details about what caused the delay in unemployment insurance benefit payments, and team coverage on Dane County public health officials giving the go-ahead for schools to reopen and relaxing gathering limits. That's at 6.
How many of you are worried about having to shut down your doors?
Only News 3 Now talks to local restaurant owners struggling to stay afloat.
We're coming to our last legs here. We are in dire straits.
What you can do right now to help on the next News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The reigning two-time NBA MVP is making Milwaukee his home for a little bit longer.
I think I could hear the whole state roar when this news broke. Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo signing a Supermax deal to stay in Wisconsin. Sports director Zach Hanley has more on that huge deal. Zach?
Yeah, what a year 2020 has been for the city of Milwaukee. Back on March 6th, former MVP Christian Yelich signed that 9-year extension with the Brewers, and today Giannis announces he's signing the Supermax extension with the Bucks. And he did it with a tweet that said, "This is my home, this is my city. I'm blessed to be able to be a part of the Milwaukee Bucks for the next 5 years." Now, the 5-year deal itself is worth a little over $228 million. It's the largest deal in NBA history. Now, there's an option for Giannis to opt out after the 4th year, but we're not even going to think about that right now.
All right, Zach, thank you. Wisconsin's 3 professional sports teams are teaming up with Microsoft to create more opportunities for companies that serve underrepresented communities of color. The Bucks, Brewers, and Packers, along with Microsoft, have combined to form the Equity League. It's an investment network focused on building a portfolio of impact-driven technology companies and creating more opportunities for Black and Latinx founders. Equity League has a mission of creating a long-term impact on society.
What we're trying to do is identify and support companies that are going to do just that, so that we take the burden off the public sector, we take the burden off of nonprofits, and actually have, successful ventures run by African Americans and Hispanic and Latino entrepreneurs who create jobs. And what they need is access to infrastructure, access to capital.
5 Wisconsin Badger football players on the offensive side of the ball are being recognized as part of an all-Big Ten team today. Wisconsin tight end Jake Ferguson was named first team by the media, second team by the coaches. Offensive tackle Cole Van Lanen named to the second team by media, first team by coaches. And offensive guard Logan Bruss has been named third team by the coaches and media. 2 other Badgers, fullback Mason Stockey, offensive lineman Tyler Beach were named honorable mention by the media. The defensive all-Big Ten team will be announced tomorrow.
Let's get a check on the weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has the forecast. And Gary, I can't wait till I can actually see you in person. Welcome back.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank the viewers and people on Facebook and Channel 3000 and people who have just sent cards wishing me well. It's a struggle, but I'm back to normal. Minus maybe 20 pounds, which is probably a good thing. But other than that, I'm back to looking at the weather. And right now, the weather's been pretty quiet. In fact, it's going to stay that way probably through the Christmas holiday. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for cloudy skies tonight, and that will actually cause temperatures to hold steady or even rise a little bit overnight. Chilly weather, seasonably cold, highs in the lower 30s for Wednesday and Thursday. Friday will be a little milder with highs in the upper 30s, and we could see some flurries from Friday night into Saturday morning. But other than that, not looking at a lot in the way of snow. Now, snow cover still prevalent across much of southern Wisconsin and northwestern Wisconsin. Much of the central part of the state is snow-free, and you can see that made a little bit of an effect on temperatures. Over that snow-free zone, temperatures were in the teens, whereas Madison with the snow cover, we were down to 5 degrees. It was below 0 up in northern Wisconsin. Rhinelander at 7 below 0, Superior at 3 below. But right now, temperatures are in the upper teens to the lower 20s. Milwaukee a little bit warmer with a breeze off of Lake Michigan, which is, of course, a little bit warmer since it's ice-free. But these temperatures will probably rise a little bit overnight because our upper-level winds are becoming a little more southwesterly. That's ahead of a storm system that'll move through the southern part of the Midwest and combine with another storm along the East Coast, where there could be a lot of travel problems over the next couple of days. High pressure is located just to our north and east, so that's going to keep us quiet for time being. But to the south, it's a different story. Winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories through the southern plains, and then farther to the east, you can see a large area of winter storm warnings heading toward the East Coast with winter weather advisories around that. But for us, just a lot of clouds and not a lot of precipitation, according to Future Track. You can see the clouds lingering till tomorrow, maybe some breaks in the clouds tomorrow, and then they come back tomorrow night, and then probably the same process again as we head into Thursday. Some breaks in the clouds that could allow temperatures to be in the lower 30s. More clouds start moving back in for Friday, but at least by then, notice the winds are out of the south. Now, snowfall, this is a look at a Future Track snowfall forecast all the way through Christmas Day, Friday at 5 p.m., so 10 days down the road, and that's the total snow over that time period. So right now, it doesn't look like we're going to get much more snow, which is good for those people who are traveling. For tomorrow, look for skies to be variably cloudy. It won't be quite as cold, with a high temperature of 32, and then the 7 to 10 day forecast calls for those temperatures to be in the upper 30s for Friday, some flurries Friday night into Saturday morning, and then we'll see temperatures slightly above normal. The average high should be right around 30 degrees. And then as we head toward the Christmas holiday, notice some light snow chances from Wednesday into Christmas Eve, Thursday. Christmas Day will just be quiet and cold, and even those light snow chances shouldn't amount to very much. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, not seeing any problems out there. I was just checking the Beltline conditions. Let's go back there, and you can see travel pretty much at the posted speeds along the entire Beltline, as well as the interstates on the east side of Madison. Travel times right now, 15 minutes or 15 to 16 minutes in either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison down toward Janesville, it'll take you 25 minutes from the Beltline southward. To Sauk City on US 12, it's a 16-minute commute, and to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, it's 18 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, I won't sing the Welcome Back Cotter theme song to you anymore today. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, how you can shop local this holiday season without leaving your home. We'll have the details ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Get more
for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Menards has what you need to finish your painting projects. Dutch Boy Platinum Plus Interior Paint and Primer with Stain Shield technology offers exceptional stain resistance and washability. Right now, pick up a gallon of flat paint for just $31.98. Keep your projects moving with clean release multi-surface painter's tape. It protects edges from paint splatters and drips. Right now, they're all on sale. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Imagine life in that, or that. Having zero stress. Wasting zero energy worrying. 0 days wanting less seats, more seats, and zero regrets. Imagine that. 0 reasons not to get into a Volkswagen, especially now that you can start shopping from home. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Jetta S today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
This holiday season, support our local businesses by using the Madison Magazine online Shop Local Holiday Gift Guide. Find the perfect gift locally with unique clothing, discounted gift cards, home decor, books, and more. Find it on MadisonMagazine.com today.
In the latest issue of Madison Magazine, restaurants get creative to survive a COVID winter. Saucy suggestions for elevating meals at home, a public market progress report, and amazing art for your home collection. Madison Magazine on newsstands now. Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team, on air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Before you jump online and order from Amazon, Wisconsin's small businesses are asking you to remember them.
And as our Christina Laurie found out, that could determine whether they'll still be around next year.
Clock counts down to that ground shipping deadline.
We're glad the shipping deadline is about passed, because now then you can only support local.
Madison small businesses are asking that you buy your gifts from them.
You support someone like the soap opera versus an online retailer,
giving them a holiday boost.
Numbers are going to be down no matter what we do, but the more support we can give our businesses in this last push of the year, the more likely they'll be here with us in the spring.
A new Bank of America survey out this week reinforced what many had been predicting. The economic effects of the pandemic will last long after any vaccine. Just 12% of business owners anticipate hiring in the next 12 months, while 60% believe the pandemic will impact their bottom lines well into 2022. Whether it's State, Monroe, or your town's Main Street, don't underestimate the impact shopping small will have this holiday season.
It showcases your commitment to local, but it also shows that business how much you care about them, and that you're making a commitment and a hope and a promise that they'll be here in the future.
A simple way to do that is buying a gift card.
Because you're going to come back and you're going to redeem that card. Maybe you're going to add a few more extra things on top of that.
Right now, Destination Madison is offering a special gift card bundle on its website. Buy 4 $25 gift cards from one or several shops on State Street, and you'll get a $10 bonus card, redeemable at more than 150 local stores. It's just one way the group is encouraging and rewarding shopping small. For News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Boy, let's go help them out, folks. A final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Shop Wild Easttown Honda for clearance deals on over 400 new Hondas. Lease a new Civic for just $179. That's $179 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Although Christmas is just around the corner, don't worry. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now. Shop low prices on a huge selection of great gifts for everyone on your list. Like these barbecue tool sets, just $9.99. Special buy Magic Trax race sets, $19.99. Power-up gifts with Rayovac AA or AAA batteries, just $8.99. Plus, a Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card is always the perfect gift. Shop great gifts for everyone on your list during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale, going on now.
Keeping yourself and your family safe from germs and bacteria is made easy with Cetus ultraviolet technology for sterilization. Through time-tested ultraviolet irradiation, killing 99% of dangerous microbes is simple and effortless. UV light technology is faster and more reliable than water-based disinfectants. Now easier than ever to live germ-free. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Shop Wild Easttown Honda for clearance deals on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero do-it signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
All right, let's go to Gary. Final check.
Well, temperatures right now are generally in the upper teens to lower 20s, but they're not going to change very much. In fact, they might even rise a little bit overnight. Wind chills right now, not too bad, generally low to mid-teens. As we check out our forecast overnight into tomorrow, look for a low temperature probably in the upper teens and then rising to the lower 20s tomorrow morning. High tomorrow about 32 degrees. And then quiet weather with just some flurry chances over the weekend and quiet weather into the Christmas holiday.
All right, we're going to make Gary do another show in a half hour. CBS Evening News is next.